then eat them. That's not a job. You've just been to a takeaway. That isn't your job. So when you're in the back of the takeaway, just slicing up the pizzas. American. Pizzas. Well, you've really got that Italian flair. I can see how you go into it. Pizzas. What you want on the pizza? This one's fiery hot. Are you sedated right now? It's quite a sort of goth look you're rocking there. Is that your thing? It's metal. Yeah. What kind of bands are we talking? Who would we have heard of? Iron Maiden. Okay, so classic. Yeah, okay. I like Iron Maiden. They're fucking great. I like their whole stance on life. Iron Maiden say, oh, we're not in the music industry. I don't give a fuck about them. We're in the Iron Maiden industry. They know what they're about. They're just fucking ploughing their field. I like it. You know they will sell you the records even if you're not dressed as a cunt. I can listen to Iron Maiden, they don't care. Then Spotify doesn't go, whoa, whoa, whoa! Where's your eyeliner? Any other, what else we got?
Why is still the fucking England?
Let's deal with all of these. Okay, so that one first. What was that one? When am I getting married? I don't think I'm getting married. I'll tell you for why. Look, I'll be serious for a second. I'll answer this sincerely. I've been with my girl 25 years almost, and we've got 2 wonderful kids. We've got a great life. Genuinely, I look at her and I think, I could do better. What were you saying there, mate?
Why is still in England?
Why am I still in England? As opposed to where? Where would you go? Offshore? I live in Jersey and count my money, but there's fuck all else to do. Where do you think I should be? Something about Derek. I think enough with the Derek now. Let's close that shop. Go on. What you saying? Where would you go, sir, if you could go anywhere? But you're limited by the ankle tag, are you? Do you call it an ankle tag? I call it chav nav. I wanted to write a novel, and my manager said, write what you know, but it turns out he meant, right, what? You? No. I think I'm very lucky that I write English I write in the English language, right? So the English language is so nuanced. It's genius, right? There's phrases that blow my mind, they're so clever. Phrases like, you're a very lucky man. That's a miracle of communication. That's a way of saying to another guy, you would 100% fuck his wife. And no one is offended. So, please, why not to demonstrate? You're a very lucky man. Look at that, he's thinking, yeah, yeah. She's thinking, yeah, you're still good. You're a very lucky man. Look at that, we're all still friends. Better luck next time. No, they can't all be winners, can they? I'm so sorry, madam. I'm only saying that because it looks like the last thing that fucked you was genetics. Oh, you're right. He's in more trouble than me because he laughed. I think it's good to embrace your mistakes, or hug your kids, you might say. Having kids has really made me, change my priorities. Like, I used to want kids. Who's got kids? You got kids? Yeah. We were chatting. There's good moments. I remember hearing my boy's first words. Hi, Jimmy. I'm the boy you abandoned 20 years ago. We were chatting about what's the perfect number of kids, and it's a big decision, but I think we're ready to take the plunge and get rid of both of them. Well, here's what no one tells you before you have kids. It's just so goddamn confusing. Like, this is genuinely true. The most common Google search for new parents is my child a genius. You can't believe how smart your kid is. Second most common Google search for new parents is my child retarded. Here's the thing, those are not separate sets of parents. That's the same parents 5 minutes later. He can recite the alphabet backwards. He's a genius. Wait, no, what's happening now? He's shatting his hand and he's clapping again. The weird thing about having a premature baby, and both of ours were very premature, is they can't maintain their body temperature that well outside the womb, so they give them to you in a little incubator. There's no tubes or wires, but they put them under a little 3-bar heat lamp just to keep them warm. And you know in your heart, that's the most important thing in the world in there, but there's a bit of your mind that can't help thinking, they look a lot like rotisserie chicken. Sort of emotions being a new dad, I wasn't expecting hungry. And being a parent changes you. It does. Yeah. I don't know. You like it? You liking it? Yeah. One woman. Yeah. I think people rush into it. People rush into it because they ask themselves the wrong question. They ask themselves, "Do I want a baby?" Right? That's too easy a question. Of course you want a baby, they're gorgeous. What you should ask is, do I want a teenager? Because no, you fucking don't. Imagine if that's how it worked. Imagine if after 10 hours of agonising labour, you were presented with a naked, furious 13-year-old. Telling you, I didn't ask to be born. As they slam the vagina shut behind them. Waking you up at all hours to give them a watermelon fucking vape. When my girlfriend told me she was pregnant, I already knew, because obviously when you're pregnant, you put on a little bit of weight, so I know she was pregnant for years. And we had kids later in life, so it won't surprise anyone to learn we had a little bit of help from medical science. Thank you, Viagra Androhypnol. Well, we had kids later in life because I lacked maturity. I remember, late 20s, my girl came to me, she said, I'm pregnant. And I remember thinking, oh my God, can the baby feel me kick? That's not the controversial bit, here it comes. I think abortion should be the default and you have to pass a little test to keep it. Yeah, simple questions like, do you think it's pronounced espresso? No, baby. Are you over the age of 30 and you still have your GCSE results on your CV? No, baby. If the waiter tells you the plate is very hot, do you immediately touch the plate? No, baby. Does the father have a ponytail? No, baby. My girlfriend keeps telling me she wants to get, and this is a real thing, she keeps telling me she wants to get reconstructive vaginal surgery next year. I said, no, get it now. I don't want to be disrespectful, but it looks like the last kid shot its way out. You know me, I don't like to be graphic, but her cunt looks like it's shitting bacon. It's not just me, face facts ladies, if you're 2 or more kids in, you've got a JJ like a skydiver's mouth. Fanny like a ripped out fireplace. We have a system in our house where every time I swear, I put a pound in the swear jar, and then at the end of the month we go out as a family and we buy a yacht. My partner said to me, you've disabled porn on the kid's iPad, right? I thought I deleted it. I don't understand families that are overly formal. When I was a kid, if I realised too late we'd run out of toilet paper, I would just shout for my mum to come and bring me something. That's normal, right? Yeah, some people think that's gross, but I think it'd actually be more gross if I just came all over myself. Mom! Thanks, Mom. Last week, a kid at our local park got his head stuck in the railings, and one of the dads went, "Quick, get some Vaseline." I thought, as if he's not having a bad enough. Any other questions? Anything else we need games about? What's my thoughts on Keir Starmer? Every time I look at Keir Starmer, I think, well, somewhere in the Midlands there's an Asda missing its manager. He's always going on about how his father was a tool maker. We know, mate, he made you. What, sorry? Politics in the UK as a whole, I think it's a little bit opaque at the moment. They're trying to sell us a story where it's about left and right, and it isn't about left and right. It's about authoritarianism and freedom. And I think I would love to I fundamentally, I just don't trust them. I really don't. I don't like the online kind of safety act. Safety for who? Fuck it. Yeah, huh? I think me putting my ID in so I can knock one out, fine. I don't care about that, but it's an odd thing. Go on.
What's your favourite STD?
Favourite STD? Easy. Chlamydia. I've got a mate that came to me, this is like 25 years ago, my friend, he's a doctor, he said, oh, chlamydia sometimes, because there was a real uptick in chlamydia. He says, it's terrible, Jim. There's for the man, there's not even any symptoms. I went, I'm listening. I went, for the man, there's no symptoms, and it can make the woman infertile. I went, well, I'll throw these condoms away. What the fuck are we doing? This is the dream. I mean, AIDS was my favourite for a long time. I don't even call it AIDS, I call it 80s Ozempic. Oh, sorry? Retire? Oh, fuck that. I want to die with my boots on. If COVID taught me anything, it's sitting around the house is boring. I like this. This is my problem with my work is more fun than fun. What the fuck am I going to do in retirement that's more fun than this? This is glorious. I love it. I genuinely, I love it. I'm very lucky. What else we got? Any conspiracy theories you think are real? Well, that's a category error, isn't it? If it's a conspiracy theory, then it can't be real because it's unprovable. What you're asking is, do I believe there are any conspiracies? Yes, of course. There are lots of conspiracies. MK Ultra is a conspiracy. All the priests were paedophiles. That's a conspiracy they tried to cover up. There's lots of conspiracies, but conspiracy theories axiomatically must be false or unprovable, unverifiable. Sorry, that was boring. I don't know, what's your favourite one? I like the fun ones. The moon landing is a fun one, right?
It's fucking fake!
Maybe the lizard people are real. What were you going to ask, mate? What do you get if you set a bunch of lesbians and gays on fire? I would imagine a life sentence. I would think in this country, yeah, probably death penalty if you did it in the States, but here, probably a life sentence. An LGBTQ. Yes, please. Now, cut me a slice of whatever the fuck is going on here. What is your story, my friend?